Hello, Daily Diaries Friday family. I hope you're all doing great today. I want to take a moment to thank you for your continuous support. Together, we've become a family united in standing by Harry, Meghan, and their beautiful family. As it says in Galatians chapter 6, verse 2, carry each other's burdens, and in this way, you will fulfill the law of Christ. Just as we are called to support one another, we come together here to show love and encouragement. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this with your friends. Your kindness and loyalty mean the world to me. This is your place where we proudly stand by Harry and Meghan. Love you all so much. Royal unrest. King Charles confronts public dissent. During King Charles's recent public appearance, the monarch found himself at the epicenter of a deeply uncomfortable moment when passionate anti-monarchy protesters vocally challenged his legitimacy, repeatedly shouting, "Not my king!" The unexpected confrontation laid bare the simmering tensions surrounding the royal institution, with citizens openly expressing their frustration at a system many perceive as outdated and disconnected from contemporary social realities. Despite the hostile reception, Charles maintained his characteristic composure, attempting to engage with local food bank volunteers and redirect attention towards community support, a strategic move that highlighted his desire to demonstrate the monarchy's ongoing relevance in an increasingly critical social landscape. The stark contrast between the protesters' aggressive rejection and the king's measured response underscored the complex and polarized attitudes towards the British royal family in the 21st century. The monarchy under scrutiny, King Charles's tumultuous public moment. As King Charles traversed the public landscape, the air was thick with dissent, punctuated by passionate chants of "Not my king" from a growing chorus of anti-monarchy activists. The monarch's carefully choreographed visit became an unexpected battleground of democratic expression, revealing deep-seated tensions about institutional privilege and social inequality that have long simmered beneath Britain's polished surface. Protesters strategically positioned themselves to challenge the royal narrative, their voices a stark counterpoint to the traditional reverence once automatically afforded to the crown, questioning not just Charles's legitimacy, but the very relevance of a hereditary monarchy in a modern, increasingly egalitarian society. Despite the vocal opposition, the king's subsequent engagement with local food bank volunteers seemed a deliberate attempt to demonstrate empathy and connection with ordinary citizens, though the gesture felt to many like a performative response to the systemic inequalities laid bare by the day's confrontational events. The royal visit, protest, and compassion in modern Britain. King Charles's recent public appearance epitomized the complex contemporary relationship between the monarchy and British society, as his carefully planned visit became a stark tableau of political tension and genuine human connection. While vocal protesters lined the streets chanting "Not my king" and challenging the institution's relevance, the monarch demonstrated remarkable composure, pivoting his focus to the food bank volunteers whose grassroots community efforts represented the true heartbeat of social resilience. His sincere interactions with these dedicated volunteers, who worked tirelessly to support struggling families, offered a powerful counter-narrative to the public dissent, highlighting the monarchy's potential to bridge social divides and shine a compassionate light on grassroots community support during challenging economic times. The British monarchy, a nation divided. The monarchy's role in contemporary British society remains a complex and contentious issue, with passionate arguments reverberating from public squares to parliamentary chambers. While traditionalists defend the royal institution as a symbol of national continuity and cultural heritage, critics increasingly challenge its relevance, viewing the monarchy as an archaic remnant of colonial privilege that perpetuates social inequality. King Charles III's recent public appearances, marked by occasional vocal protests of "Not my king," have crystallized these tensions, revealing deep-seated ideological fractures within British society. The monarchy's capacity to adapt and demonstrate social utility has become crucial, with moments like Charles's engagement with food bank volunteers offering glimpses of potential modern relevance, attempting to bridge the widening gap between royal privilege and grassroots community experiences. These ongoing debates reflect more than mere institutional critique. They represent a broader national reckoning with historical power structures, social mobility, and the evolving meaning of national identity in a rapidly changing democratic landscape. The Crown under scrutiny, King Charles's challenging moment of public reckoning. The shifting winds of public sentiment have cast a revealing light on the monarchy's precarious position in modern British society, with generational fault lines becoming increasingly pronounced. Young Britons in particular have grown more vocal in questioning the relevance of an inherited royal institution, their skepticism amplified by media narratives that juxtapose royal pageantry against stark socio-economic realities. While older generations still largely maintain a deferential respect for the crown, emerging voices challenge the traditional narrative, viewing the monarchy as an anachronistic symbol of privilege that sits uncomfortably with contemporary ideals of equality and social mobility. Television coverage and social media platforms have become battlegrounds where these complex debates unfold, transforming what was once a monolithic public perception into a nuanced dialogue about national identity, historical legacy, and the evolving meaning of British citizenship in the 21st century. The monarchy in transition. Charles III and the evolving British royal institution. The future of the British monarchy hangs in delicate balance, with growing public discourse challenging its traditional foundations. Vocal calls for institutional reform echo through town halls and city streets, questioning the relevance of a hereditary system in a modern democratic society. King Charles III finds himself navigating treacherous political waters, where the next generation of royals must prove their worth beyond ceremonial pageantry. The succession trajectory now demands more than bloodline legitimacy, requiring a demonstrable commitment to social relevance and transparent public engagement. While younger royals like Prince William represent potential modernization, the institution faces unprecedented scrutiny about its purpose, privilege, and capacity to adapt to 21st century social expectations. The monarchy's survival depends not on historical precedent, but on its ability to meaningfully connect with a changing, increasingly diverse British population that seeks authentic representation and tangible societal contributions. The royal financial dilemma: monarchy's price tag in modern Britain. The financial burden of the British monarchy has become an increasingly contentious issue, with taxpayers annually investing millions in maintaining an institution that critics argue represents outdated aristocratic privilege. Royal expenditures, meticulously detailed in government reports, reveal a substantial annual cost that ranges from security expenses to property maintenance and official royal duties, prompting heated public debates about the monarchy's economic justification. While supporters argue that the royal family generates significant tourism revenue and diplomatic soft power, skeptical citizens question whether these intangible benefits truly offset the direct financial drain on public resources. The nuanced economic argument extends beyond mere numbers, touching on deeper societal questions about national identity, historical tradition, and the evolving role of inherited privilege in a modern, increasingly egalitarian society. King Charles's own efforts to streamline royal expenses and demonstrate fiscal responsibility have done little to fully quell the mounting criticism about the monarchy's substantial and continuous draw on public funds. The Crown's delicate balance: monarchy in modern Britain. In the intricate tapestry of British national identity, the monarchy emerges as a profound symbol of continuity, bridging centuries of historical heritage with contemporary social dynamics. King Charles III embodies this complex role, representing not merely a constitutional figurehead, but a living embodiment of national tradition and cultural narrative. While protesters may challenge the institution's relevance, the monarchy's ceremonial significance remains deeply woven into the social fabric, subtly adapting to modern expectations without completely abandoning its historical gravitas. The royal family's carefully choreographed public interactions, such as Charles's compassionate engagement with food bank volunteers, demonstrate a nuanced approach to maintaining cultural relevance, showing that the Crown can be both a repository of tradition and a responsive, empathetic institution capable of reflecting contemporary social concerns. The British monarchy, bridging tradition and social responsibility. King Charles has consistently demonstrated that the royal family's role extends far beyond ceremonial duties, actively championing charitable causes and community support through strategic philanthropy. His decades-long commitment to social welfare, exemplified by extensive patronages of over 400 organizations, reveals a nuanced approach to using royal influence for meaningful societal change. The monarchy's charitable work, particularly Charles's personal initiatives like the Prince's Trust, has directly empowered thousands of disadvantaged youth, providing critical educational and entrepreneurial support. By leveraging the royal platform, Charles transforms traditional institutional privilege into a tangible mechanism for community empowerment, showing that the monarchy can be a dynamic force for social progress rather than merely a symbolic institution. His engagement with grassroots organizations, from supporting sustainable agriculture to promoting mental health awareness, underscores a profound understanding that royal responsibility encompasses genuine social investment and direct community connection. The Crown's resilience navigating modern challenges. As the monarchy confronts its most complex period of public scrutiny, King Charles III must chart a delicate path forward, balancing tradition with progressive adaptation. Potential reforms are not merely cosmetic adjustments, but fundamental recalibrations of an ancient institution's role in contemporary British society. By proactively engaging with public concerns about privilege, relevance, and systemic inequalities, the royal family can demonstrate its commitment to meaningful social change. The monarch's opportunity lies in transforming the institution from a symbol of historical power to a responsive, empathetic agent of national unity, embracing transparency, reducing ceremonial excess, and showing genuine connection with grassroots communities. This nuanced approach requires Charles to leverage his personal passions, environmental sustainability, social welfare, and cultural inclusivity, as bridges between the monarchy's storied past and the expectations of a diverse, dynamically evolving nation seeking genuine leadership beyond hereditary birthright.